Hi, Adrian Manyathelo here. Today's topic is how to overcome limiting beliefs. Okay, and before we go any further, I just want to clarify really what limiting beliefs are. Limiting beliefs are easy to identify, right? If you look across maybe your friends or somebody that you know, you always find somebody who says, like something like, I can never do well at school because my mom told me that I was dumb, right? Or my dad told me that I was dumb, or my teacher told me that I was dumb. So basically, what happens is when people, when human beings hear somebody say something about them, either it's good or bad, right? They tend to take it into their lives, right? And although they have the power to reject it, right? But they tend to take it into their lives, and because of that, what happens is that that thing either it affects them positively or negatively, right? I mean, if you look into your life, you can tell people that have inspired you. Maybe they've inspired you with one word, right? Maybe they said something good about you, or maybe they just, maybe you looked up to them. Sometimes it's not the words that people speak, it's the things that you see, the actions that people do, right? When you see it, somehow it gets embedded in you, right? So, um, and there's ways and means in which you can overcome these kind of things, right? And one of the most immediate one, right, is that, let me say this before I go any further, that most of the stuff that actually the limiting beliefs that are affecting us more are those ones that happened when you were very young, maybe below the age of 7, right? But sometimes also it can happen later on in the future, right? Um, so when those things come, what do you need to do? You need to, sometimes these limiting beliefs, you can actually identify them, right? Because once you have decided, maybe for example, you tell you want to be a positive person, you want to be somebody who's going to be successful in life, right? Uh, then almost automatically you begin to watch what people say about you, right? And you reject it, right? You oppose it or reject it, and or maybe sometimes you tell them on the face that I'm not like that. For example, if somebody say you're dumb, you tell them I'm not dumb, right? Uh, and by opposing it, you're more likely not to accept it. But again, the other thing that happens with limiting beliefs is that they can happen unconsciously, right? The thing can just be embedded in you without you realizing that it's embedded in you, right? And that's when they become really, 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 really dangerous to your life, right? So which means you're going to have this thing in you, but you don't know where exactly you picked it up because you were not consciously picking it up, right? More like I always give this example that, if you grew up in an area where there's wildlife, maybe there's birds singing in the air, right? You're more likely when you're playing your music, let's say later on you become a musician, right? You're more likely to bring out those sounds that you grew up in, right? That's why if you listen to people, especially in the music world, right, they tend to when they play an instrument, it tend to sound like the area where they came from, right? And that is comes through belief system, because but you don't actually get those by consciously. You just it gets embedded in you because of what you hear, what you experience, right? And there are ways and means in which you can remove the negative ones or the limiting beliefs, right? um, and which is what we teach you today, how you can do it. So if you are interested in that, go ahead, click on that link below this video and just basically follow the instructions. You'll be able to access all the information that you need. Basically, you're going to be given a free video, a free audio, and a PDF, which will help you to overcome any limiting beliefs that you might have come. And then one more last thing before I forget is that all human beings have a limiting belief, right? It doesn't matter how successful you are, you can still get more success. So if you get rid of the limiting beliefs that that are blocking you. Okay, so it's a very, very important topic, right? So go ahead, click on that link below this video, and I'll talk to you again tomorrow. Bye for now.